All right, so obviously we've gone over the changes for both Silverwolf 9s as well as Evanesia, and today we're going to be going over, at least in this video, we're going to be going over the damage comparison between a version 1 Silverwolf 9s and a version 3 Silverwolf 9s, and we're going to look at why these changes are actually very impactful. So on the screen, you're right, you can see about 1.6 million, and the version 3 is 1.7 million. Now these aren't the absolute top numbers, but these are the consistent numbers that you are going to be seeing. So you're seeing consistently about a 7.5% increase consistently because of how they changed her kit. We can jump over here. How they changed her kit from focusing primarily on the attack stat. I gotta jump down to her passive. Where is it? Nope, too far. Gotta find it. Where on earth? Good golly gee, I'm just gonna click her. Just on the character herself, going from the attack increase from this now to now being focused primarily on speed, and again, because of that, you increase your speed stat, you are going to be increasing the overall elation damage that you're going to be doing, which definitely helps in the aha instance, as that is where you are going to be doing most of your overall damage for Silverwolf 9s, right? And the key aspect is that for every increase to your speed, you are also going to be able to further increase over here. If we look over to the enhanced, right here, is that for every hidden MMR increase, it's going to increase the crit rate by 0.3% up to 100%. And once you get to that 100% crit rate, then past that, you're further boosting the crit damage, which is like freaking crazy and just incredible. I'm not sure, unfortunately, I can actually see the complete changes. Maybe if I just scroll down here. Oh, that's the ultimate. We could just do it here. Which is good, because previously, like I mentioned, it was just a 15% crit damage bonus. So while yes, that is good, it is far lower than the possible increases you can get, because of the fact that you also have to take into account the fact that you can get up to 100% crit rate. So that's 100% uptime on your crit damage, whereas before, if you don't reach that 100% crit rate, you're still going to be doing a lot of damage if you have high enough crit damage, but you're still missing on those instances of having the 100% uptime to do massive damage. Another key factor that I do think correlates to the dramatic increase, it might not seem dramatic, but trust me, it's dramatic if it's as consistent, is the fact of her increase buff to her of the hidden MMR dropping from 80 to 60. I think is just fantastic, and gaining the punchline quicker is phenomenal. Also having the overflow of 240. Again, if you want to go ahead and E2 your SW9s, then obviously this is like this. The E2 mixed with this right here, the talon, it makes her absolutely busted. And I want to say at the same given investment level, like an E2 S1, right? I do think that you are going to be looking at a character who will compete with the likes of Casterist, Evernight, Finon at like the top tier DPS level. And I have to mention this too. Both of these showcases, I'm not going to play the whole video obviously, but both of them are at E0 S1. So we're not taking into account a further increase with her Eidolons, right? That is just semi bare bones what she is going to be looking like paired up with her signature Lycone, which also, obviously got changed as well, but we're not really focused primarily on that. I'll make a separate updated build guide investment video for Silverwolf 9s, which will probably be out Friday, and Evanesia's might be out Saturday. I'm not sure yet, but this is insane. Just the overall damage increase that she is getting, and like the E2 part of it is crazy. While yes, it sucks that, and I've seen a lot of people mention how like it is somewhat lacking the fact that they took out the absolute weakness, had to push it all the way down to E6. I do think it is very worth noting the fact that you are going to be able to have increased instances of not only the duration and how many, how much frequency you're going to have of in the ultimate because of the reducing the minimum restriction for the hidden MMR. But if you do get E2, having that consistent uptime because of the the lower MMR, while also having extra turns while in the God mode player state, is phenomenal based off of how much over or excess flow hidden MMR you have. And if you do run her on the proper team, which I do honestly think is probably going to be this team paired up with Huahua, I do think that you are looking at an absolute bonkers character. Now you could also run the likes of Sparkle there for like a sustainless option, but I do think for having a sustainer, being able to do massive amounts of damage, this is probably the setup you're going to be wanting to focus on, with everybody having their signature. Ideally, maybe not Huahua, you can maybe get away with her on something else, but the buffs for Silverwolf 9s I think are absolutely phenomenal. They make her from a semi-decently above par DPS character to now like, okay, she is like legit one of the better characters in the game. And keep in mind, this is the current setup now. Obviously this can all change in version 4, but SW9s is just, she's crazy, she's cracked. I'm so excited for her. That's gonna be it for her, and tomorrow we will be focusing on Evanesia.